Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to some more excavation of Hobbs Barrow. I'm literally recording this just as I've finished recording the last one. So, yeah, okay. Okay, sound's working. Okay, everything's still working as last time. So, previously, we got stood up by two men. No, I'm kidding. But we are now going to figure out what happened to Lennon Shoulder and Arthur Tillett, who Shoulder said he was going to meet us last night, and then Arthur Tillett did meet us last night, but then shortly disappeared after.
Good morning, Miss Bateman.
Good morning.
Good day, Stanley.
Did you sleep well, Miss Bateman?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell him about a weird dream.
Yes, thank you, Stanley.
Yeah.
Splendid. I'm happy to report the rain of yesterday has lifted. It's a clear morning outside. Crisp.
Oh, wonderful.
I prepared a room for your assistant. What time will he be arriving?
His train will get in around midday. Kenneth will also be bringing my excavation equipment.
Oh, aye. What does that entail?
Picks, shovels, buckets, lighting and such. He usually packs it in a large crate. Come to think of it, I'll need somewhere to store it.
You're welcome to use the alley behind the inn for any such bulky items.
Thank you.
Is it safe to do such a thing?
Yeah, it's like,
I
it's
can
good.
assure you the local folk are not
Well,
thieves,
it's
Miss
just
Bateman.
careful to ask.
That's not what I...
Now, say nothing more
Okay.
of it.
Thank you, Stanley.
I'll let you get on with your day.
I'll be back with my assistant when he arrives.
Miss
Up.
Bateman,
Yes?
I've something I wish to get off my chest, as it were.
Okay.
I've been tossing and turning all night, Miss Bateman. I feel rotten, I really do.
What happened?
What on earth are you talking about?
As you know, I like to run an honest establishment. And well, I have not been honest with you, lass. I do know of Hobbs Barrow.
Oh, okay.
You do?
I do. Many here do. There are stories tied to that place, you know. If I've learned anything in this life, it's that some stones are best left unturned.
Well, thank you for being honest, Stanley.
Old Leonard Shoulder is someone to be wary of too.
Okay.
I can't tell you what to do, lass, but you'd best avoid him.
I'll keep that in mind, if I can even find him.
Why lie to me about Hobbs Barrow?
Yeah, why is
I know,
everyone
lass, I
being
know.
so weird
I
about
feel
it?
dreadful.
But why? What are these stories you speak of?
Like,
I really can't tell you more.
well, like,
If you insist on visiting that place, you'll have to seek out Mr.
is
Shoulder.
the place close to
He brought
crumbling?
you.
Like, is it going to
He
fall
should be the one
apart?
to tell you.
Because, I mean, I don't
I
want to
must
be
say,
wasting my
Mr.
time
Kemp,
getting
this is all
stuff
quite
all
puzzling.
set up if
I've never
the
let
thing's
local
gonna...
superstition stop me in the past. I pride myself on being a woman of logic
I'm not
and
worried about
reason. I've no
superstition,
time
I'm
to
worried
waste
about,
on
like,
such
safety and
matters.
stuff.
As I say, seek out Mr. Shoulder. He can tell you more.
Why must I be wary of Mr. Shoulder?
Yeah, come on.
The man has a certain reputation.
For what?
For what?
Yeah.
You've seen it already. Were he here to meet you last night?
Oh.
Precisely. A man not to be trusted.
Where is Hobbs Barrow?
I don't know. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
Okay.
I now find that hard to believe.
Just a little.
The moors are vast, lass. I'd tend not to go wandering out there. A grown man could lose himself and not be seen again.
Where does Mr. Shoulder live?
I can't say for sure.
Seriously?
As I think I told you last night, he's a quiet man and keeps to himself. He only comes in here to collect his post. Leads me to believe he lives a fair distance away. Certainly not in the village itself.
Might someone around Bewley be able to help me find him?
You could ask around. As I say, lass, Bewley folk mean well. Don't forget that.
I shall return later.
Good day to you, lass. Oh, if you see Herbert around here, be sure not to feed him.
Herbert?
Herbert?
A local stray cat.
Oh.
He comes in now and then searching for scraps. I'm sick of cleaning his vomit off the floor.
Quite. I'll be sure not to feed him.
Thank you.
You know, he was in my room last night. No, I'm kidding.
It seems I may be fighting a battle against some sort of local superstition. Is there a single barrow in England that doesn't have some ghastly tale attached to it? Hogwash. All of it. I've a few hours until Kenneth arrives. I should use this time to find Mr. Shoulder. Hello. My name is Thomasina, and you are...
Now then, that's none of your concern, love.
Who are you calling love?
What do you do around here?
Hey up, you're not scared of sticking your neb in. I look after the churchyard. Dig the graves.
What can you tell me about the church?
Aye, it's a church.
Quite. Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
I don't know out about no Leonard Shoulder.
That's helpful.
What can you tell me about Hobbs Barrow?
Not to be found digging around in those things.
You know of local barrows, then?
Don't concern yourself.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Not much around here, love. Not worth mentioning to you, like.
No.
I see. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Ta-ra. See. Ah. Hi, child.
Hello.
Yes?
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Douglas?
It's a pleasure to meet you, Douglas. That's a great sword technique you have.
Thanks, miss. Mr. Crozier's gonna make me a real one when I turn 12. I'm preparing myself to fight the lantern worm.
What is the lantern worm?
It's gonna come back and get us all. John Lantern thought he killed it at the River Ware, but my father told me it still lives. We must all be prepared.
The lantern worm isn't real, Douglas. Father just told you that to get you out of his hair.
Not true. I saw it slithering out by the beck. Like a giant eel it were. I ran home so fast I thought I would fly.
Sorry, miss. My brother has a vivid imagination.
Children often do at his age.
It's a
I'll keep
wonderful thing about
training.
children.
You'll all thank me when I thrust my sword deep into its fat belly.
Douglas, this lady doesn't want to hear your nonsense.
Come on.
Do you like living in Bewley?
Yeah, I do. Are you from the city?
I'm from a long way away.
You must have come on the train.
Oh yeah.
I love watching all the steam puff up into the sky.
Well, at least we
Have
got
you
one
been
kid
on
who likes the train.
yourself?
No, miss. Our parents don't have the money for train tickets. Father says we have all we need here in Bewley.
Perhaps this nice lady would like to take you away with her on the train.
Sure, come on, kid.
No, I need to stay and protect Bewley from the lantern worm.
Do you know a man called Leonard Shoulder?
That's a funny name.
Have you heard of Hobbs Barrow?
What's that?
A local burial mound.
Our parents don't let us wander far from the village.
What's a burial mound?
Don't you mind about that, Douglas?
Who's Mr. Crozier?
He's a blacksmith. His forge is just over there on the other side of the square.
Don't you think 12 years of age is a little young for a real sword?
I'll be a master swordsman by then.
Definitely
Goodbye.
kid.
Bye, miss.
Good day.
Hello, miss.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Betty.
Nice to meet you, Betty. What are you up to?
My brother is practicing his sword fighting technique. I'm to watch him until he tires himself out.
I'm tireless.
This time last month it were all about his teaspoon collection. This
Whatever.
month it's swords.
Let the kid have hobbies. I mean, given how small this town is, I figured my interest would also be teaspoons and swords, so I get it. I get
Do
it.
you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Our parents don't like us talking to strangers, miss.
So you know of it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye, miss.
Oh, that's nice. Alright, let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, there's
Good
books.
day.
Yes.
Mr. Crozier, I presume.
Aye, George Crozier, at your service.
My name is Thomasina.
Aye, can I help you?
Are you a Bewley native, Mr. Crozier?
Aye, born and bred. That's where my father's forge before mine.
Oh, that's nice.
How is business faring?
I do an honest trade. There'll always be horses needing shoes and farmers needing tools. You let me know if you need out made or mended. I'll do you a fair price.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know a man by the name of Leonard Shoulder?
Oh, aye. Old Leonard.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not recently.
Do you know where he lives?
Why all these questions, lass?
Because I've been trying to find him.
With him. He invited me to Bewley.
Oh, he'll turn up. I've seen him in the plough and furrow from time to time.
But do you know where he lives? I need to find him.
I believe he lives somewhere out on the moors. Can't tell you out more than that.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier. Do you know of a local landmark named Hobbs Barrow?
There's a fair many barrows found out on the moors, lass. Too many to put a name to. Not a soul in Bewley pays them any mind.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We don't get many visitors here, outside of market days. But there's plenty of work for the village blacksmith. Where are you from, then?
I arrived yesterday on the train from London, by way of Derby.
Oh, aye. I've heard about
It's
London.
interesting that's spelled
What have you
Derby,
heard?
but it's pronounced
Plenty
Dob.
of factories there.
Yes, indeed. The city is always changing and moving forward.
Too busy for me, though, lass. I prefer a quieter pace. Aye.
If it works for him.
When do market days run in Bewley?
Once or twice a month. The next one is tomorrow.
Oh, how
How
fortunate.
delightful.
Unless your vice is cabbages, there'll be nought to interest a young lady.
I don't mind a cabbage.
Then you're in luck.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
A fantastic specimen. Alas, it is not mine to take.
Mine.
Good day.
Yes?
I noticed your spectacular fossil specimen.
Oh, aye. I collect them. This one is called an
Ammonite.
Ammonite.
Yeah.
pressed lass.
From the Jurassic period, I'd venture.
Do you collect them too, then?
My true interests lie in comparatively modern history.
Oh, aye. Well, I do love a fossil. It's important to remember that we all end up in the soil eventually.
Deep.
Quite. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
So, wait, you wanna know the reason why I know that's an, ammonite? Is because first fossil I ever got in Animal Crossing City Folk was an ammonite. Let's see, what?
In memory of Romeo Hegg, dearly missed. In memory of Henry Crozier.
Oh,
In memory of Millicent Smith. In memory of Benjamin Garkham.
Benjamin.
In memory of Mabel Hurst. In memory of Percival Roach.
Roach.
In memory of William Ager. In memory of Barnaby Tillett. In memory of Peter Black. In memory of George Paxton.
Hello. Good day. Would you like to buy one of these cakes, pet?
What kind of cakes do you have?
I have some lovely Bakewell puddings. The sweetest marriage of almond and jam. I can tell you're not from around here, because if you were, you would know about my Bakewell puddings.
Also because there's like a population of 10 people here and I
Alas,
probably would have
I'm
seen
not
you.
carrying any money with me.
That's unfortunate, pet. I'm sorry. I can't give them away for free. The money goes to the church, you see, and one cannot shirk one's duty to the church.
I understand. My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Mrs. de Plancy.
A pleasure to meet you, Mrs. de Plancy.
Likewise, pet.
Tell me about yourself, Mrs. de Plancy.
Mrs. de Plancy.
About me? What would you possibly want to know about me? I've been attending St. Edmund's Church my whole life. I always want to help where I can, so I sell my baked goods, and all the proceeds go to its upkeep. This place means so much to me.
Your cakes look delicious.
I can assure you they are. You'll not find better in the entire county.
What can you tell me about St. Edmund's Church?
Isn't it the finest
Wanna grab
building?
something?
It's been standing here since the 12th century. The box pews in the nave are very fine and date back to the 17th
Yeah,
century.
I'm sorry if you see me bouncing around.
The door
There we
is open if you'd like to worship.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
Very kind of you.
Do you know a local man called Leonard Shoulder?
Yes, I know Leonard. What business do you have with him?
It's a long story, but I'm trying to find where he lives.
I'm afraid I don't know, dear. Father Roach has access to the parish register. He might be able to help you.
What can you tell me about Father Roach?
He is a lovely man and an exemplary servant of the Lord. He's been the vicar of St. Edmund's for many years.
Where can I find Father Roach?
At this time of day, he'll be taking his exercise in Herne Wood, to the west of the village.
Thank you. I'll go find him.
Be sure to listen out for his merry whistling. Such a jolly man.
Where can I find... Thank you, Mrs... What do you know of Hobbs Barrow?
Hobbs what?
Hobbs Barrow, a local burial mound.
The only place of burial I know about and care for is in this very churchyard.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna...
Thank you for your time.
Lord be with you.
Trowel, can I pick up the trowel? Can I pick up the trowel?
Excuse me, do you think anyone would mind if I borrowed this trowel?
You help yourself, dear. Father Roach won't mind lending it. Just be sure to put it back when you're finished.
Of course, thank you.
It is more blessed to give than to receive.
Then let me have one of your cakes. I don't even know if we need one of the cakes. It's just like, the fact that I can't have it, it's just like, let me have it. Ooh, hello.
Goodness me, look at these box pews. I've never seen any as tall as that before. Most unusual architecture, even for the Normans.
That looks suspicious, but okay. Oh, there's a necklace.
Someone has left a necklace hanging here. A silver cross. Sterling by the look of it. Maybe I can reunite it with its owner.
Can
I've no time for such.
No, I meant just like, give me... Oh, it doesn't like... Okay. Okay.
Locked. Locked as well. I think they all might be.
Why are the pews locked? That's so weird. I've never seen a locked pew before. If that's more normal in other places, like, please let me know. But all the
It's
churches
locked.
I've been to, which I guess isn't very many, it's just kind of open and you just kind of sit your butt down. Ah, there you... Whoa! Sir, are you alright? Oh dear. Whoa, hi. Whoa, dude, you walked right over here. Whoa.
Very sorry. Oh, the shame.
Whoa, hi.
This malaise will not pass. Oh, the nausea. I need your help, young lady.
Tell me what you need.
Let the blood from my arm.
Excuse me?
Got me. I beg you.
What do we got here?
Ouch! The broken lens is extremely sharp.
Broken. Let's see. Do I have any? Okay, I can use the.
This handkerchief was a gift from my mother. I hope she will understand.
Well, I mean, I hope
This
she.
should work.
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Are you sure you want me to do this?
Yes, it will cure me of my ills.
I shall do as you ask, Father.
Neither of you are doctors. As for, whoa, that is some pixely blood. The blood letter, a curious remedy.
Thank the Lord for my spare pair. God bless you. I already feel quite better.
I'm glad, Father.
The rapid healing properties of bloodletting cannot be overstated. I'm Frederick Roach, Vicar of St. Edmund's Church.
My name is Thomasina Bateman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Alright. Let's talk.
Are you feeling better?
Yes, thank you.
Well, that's good.
What ails you, Father Roach?
I just ate a rotten berry, that's all. I like to pick blackberries for my supper, you see. They are quite delicious, as long as you mind the bramble. My apologies again. I wish we had met in different circumstances.
Are you from Bewley originally?
I was born in our very own St. Edmund's. It's quite the story.
Do tell.
My mother was sheltering me as a frightful tempest raged. And lo, did her waters break right there and then in that pew.
Wow.
One could say that you were born into your role, Father.
Indeed. When my mother told me the story as a young boy, I knew that this was my calling.
St. Edmund's is a fine building.
Thank you for saying so.
It really
hard
is.
work
It's a beautiful
keeping her in good
building.
shape, but our congregation is always willing to lend a hand in the Lord's name.
That's good.
What is it like being the vicar here?
Every day
Sorry,
is a
my
blessing,
cough is
my
peeking.
child.
My jeez.
I have a great love for our parish, and the Lord looks after us.
What about your congregation?
Numbers have fallen over the years, I must say.
Sad.
But those that remain are faithful and full of his spirit.
That's nice.
I'm looking for Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes? Are you a relative?
No, it's a long story, but he invited me to Bewley.
And he didn't tell you his address?
He was to meet me last night at the Plough and Furrow, but he never came.
I see. Well, let me welcome you to Bewley on his behalf.
Thank you, Father. Do you know where Mr. Shoulder lives?
Let me think. It's been many moons since I've paid him a visit.
Perhaps you could allow me to take a look at the parish register.
No need. I remember it now.
Oh, that's
A
nice.
fair hike across the moors.
Could you please give me directions?
I'll take you there myself. It's the least I can do after you aided me, so
Thank you, Father.
Capital. Thank you.
just let me know when you're ready to pay him a visit.
Alright.
I'll be resting here for the time being.
What do you know of
Yeah.
Hobbs Barrow?
Let's just
I
finish this.
can't say I've heard of it.
Okay.
It's supposedly a famous local landmark.
I'm afraid I know nothing about it.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
It's a quiet town. The railway line, which I presume you arrived by, is the only news of note we've had here for years.
Sounds like
I've
town I
heard
live
the new
in.
station has received a mixed reaction.
I've heard many a debate, it's true. But my role is not to adjudicate on that matter. I'm very busy in my own work, you see.
I am ready to go
I'm ready to go
Yep.
to Mr. Shoulder's house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
That's good. Well, he seems spry just for being cut. Right, do I have to pay attention to this? Bye, Mrs. Clancy.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
Okay, here we go.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors, and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite.
Oh dear.
Which play?
Well, I know it's Richard III, but that's...
Richard II.
Correct.
Oh,
You are well read, Miss
there's
Bateman.
no Richard.
Studying the work of the bard is one of my
I was gonna say, wait, is this the thing where I need to watch the thing? Okay.
Follow me.
Okay. Oh dear, is he gonna test me on more Shakespeare? Alright. Let's see if I remember anything.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see. Beautiful, is it not?
Indeed, the moors are
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's very peaceful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
I was brought up Anglican. The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Come along now, Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain. Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Good. Now,
Okay,
let's
this
see
might be a
your
little bit of
father.
a longer episode. My. Oh, okay.
Daddy is sleeping. Daddy, wake up! Daddy, wake up! Mummy is crying. Mummy? Mummy?
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman.
Dear.
There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all. But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst, ma'am. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
Whoa.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Hello. She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewley.
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this. Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
Why is it called that?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
But no, wait, why is it called that though? Is that a reference I'm not getting?
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. de Plancy about my little scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
Alright,
I shan't mention it.
Thank you. You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
Okay.
A carved stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon. Father, what do you make of this?
A peculiar adornment. I've not seen any like this in Bewley. Though it does remind me of a passage by the bard himself.
Alright, listen closely, everybody.
It is the very error of the moon. She comes nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men mad.
Well, I'm not too certain, but that sounds very Othello-y.
Othello?
Precisely, Miss Bateman. Your
I
knowledge
know.
of the bard is presently flawless.
Oh dear.
I consider myself to be well read, Father Roach.
It's delightful to meet a fellow bookworm, I must say.
I'm rather fond of this colour. Perhaps Mr. Shoulder. Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm
Hello?
here in Bewley as discussed.
Are you alive?
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
Can we look through the window?
No sign of life?
None. The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned. Mr. Shoulder, are you home?
Mr. Shoulder!
It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home. Curses.
Perhaps you could try the handle?
It's locked. What else do you know about Mr. Shoulder?
A reclusive man. I must say I know very little about him.
Does he attend services at St. Edmund's?
Not regularly, if at all these days.
Perhaps he feels closer to God out here on the moors. What do you make of Mr. Shoulder's residence?
A sturdy construction, I'm in no doubt. The winds blow a gale out here, not to mention the pelting rain.
At least he must have plenty of eggs to eat.
Awful creatures, those hens.
Thank you for your...
Lord be with you.
I'm gonna look around. Okay. Wait a second.
gloves are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night? Why didn't he come inside to see me?
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewley?
Let's go.
As I say, my child, Mr. Shoulder will make himself known. Do not lose faith.
I'm rather frustrated by this situation.
Now. Things move at a slower pace out here. Something you may not be so accustomed to. Come now, Miss Bateman.
Well, Mr. Shoulder, you've brought me to Bewley, and now you're nowhere to be found. As we trudged silently back to Bewley across those cold moors, I made a new resolution. I would find Hobbs Barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder. The train! That must be Kenneth.
Kenneth?
My assistant.
I see. Well, Miss Bateman, I really must attend to some other matters. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Me too.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Romeo and Juliet.
Correct. That I shall say good night till it be morrow. You've proven yourself to be an impeccable
The
scholar,
quite the scholar of the
Lord be with you.
bard. You know, I will take that.
I should go meet Kenneth at the station.
Okay. Can I... Did you see the thing that highlighted saying... Railroad station. There.
Where is Kenneth?
You!
He was supposed to wait for me at the station. Mr. Tillett, where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman. I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory and never came back, Mr. Tillett. I searched everywhere for you.
I think I remember you bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him. And promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink. Which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
Oh, aye. No, I know naught about him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
You're hiding something, Mr. Tillett.
Yeah, that's obvious.
I don't believe you.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink in me.
You were
I
so...
probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
Oh, fair enough.
Likely story.
Look, what would I gain from lying to you? I just wanted another drink.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
Aye, I don't remember out.
I'm looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye.
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible. Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul.
Where?
One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Aye.
What is Kenneth playing at, sending my equipment but not himself? Curses. Where is my crate now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Now
Farewell
I'm
for now.
mad at you,
Ta-ra.
so I'm done talking to you. Let's go ahead and... Actually, I kind of want to explore here a little bit. Because I didn't really get a chance. Oh, hello. I thought this would have taken me to
What's your
Len
name?
Schuller's house, but okay.
Molly took Myrtle.
Pardon?
He took her and ran off. I hate him.
Is Myrtle one of your dolls?
Yes, my favourite. Mummy made her for me. She's so beautiful. Wally is the worst brother in the whole world.
I'm sorry to hear that. What is your name, little one?
Jane.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Jane. My name is Thomasina.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and do this little,
Why did your brother take Myrtle away?
He's just jealous because Daddy is letting me come with him to the market tomorrow. Wally thinks I'm Daddy's favourite, so he took Myrtle from me. What if he rips her to tatters? What if he feeds her to Mr. Bryden's goat?
Don't worry, Jane. I'm sure he wouldn't do such a thing. Where did your brother go?
I don't know. Home, maybe. But I have to wait here for Myrtle's friends to dry out.
Your dolls look
Thank you, Miss. I love that today was their bath day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
alright, I'm gonna save it here because we're getting down to the 40-minute mark. So, Fop. Search Fop. Search for dog. Alright, so I'm gonna leave off here and then I guess next time we will start looking for this doll. I know I can jump right in the story, but I don't know, I want to explore a little bit. So, see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.